I'm still fairly new to Landr Studio, but I thought it would be fun to check out the Landr FX Suite of plugins that come with Landr Studio, and I wanted to see if I could mix a song using only these 5 plugins. This video is not sponsored or anything like that, but if you are interested in grabbing Landr Studio for yourself, there is a link down in the description where you'll save $50 off of the subscription cost to it, and that is well worth it considering what you get. But right now, let's check out this mix. So here's the song I'm working on. I have a Landr FX plugin on every single track. So let's just have a quick listen to this mix, and then I'll go through track by track to see what's going on.
Built-in 57 button 78. A Plymouth Fury in bad shape. Her name's Christine, special ordered in red.
All right, so that's the song that we've got going on here. That's just the verse part. We'll look at some other parts in a minute. But let's just go track by track, and we'll start at the top here, which is the lead guitar. It comes in at this part here, and we'll just solo that, and you can hear what's going on. So on here, I have the Landr FX Electric plugin. And I also have the Landr FX Acoustic plugin. I don't have any acoustic guitar in this song, and I wanted to find somewhere to put that plugin, and it sounded good on here. So let's just disable both of those. That's just the dry guitar right there. We'll enable the electric. Sounds all right on its own. And then we'll enable the acoustic on top of that. I think both of those together sound great, so let's just hear it in the mix quick. It has that cool old school kind of sound to it, which is what I'm going for with this track. So that's our lead guitar. Let's go to our guitar bus next. And I have 2 guitars in here, nothing on the individual guitar tracks, just on the guitar bus right here. What I have is the Landr FX Electric, and you can see I have it on the Scream preset here. So how these plugins work is you get a bunch of presets. You click on the preset you want, and then you dial in the amount of that preset. So let's just give this a listen right now. Huge difference with that plugin. So let's just check out how we could change the sound here. So I have it in the effects section on this scream effect here. Now I'm just going to change some things on the fly, and we'll hear that. I kind of like that one because it helps it to stand out in the mix a little bit. So let's just listen to it in the mix now.
She's one of a kind.
Very cool right there. So easy to use. You just click that preset, dial in the amount, and then you can adjust the output so you can level match if you want to do that. So that is our guitar. Now let's go to our bass. And here's what the bass sounds like. It really thickens up that bass sound. I like what it's doing on there. So let's hear it in the mix on and off.
She's one of a kind. She's the jealous kind. Don't take her off or she'll hunt you down.
It really helps it to stand out in the mix. I like this Landr FX bass. Again, so easy to use. Now let's move on to our drum bus. And like I said, I have it on each one of the drums. The kick drum, the snare, top, bottom, it's on everything. Plus, it's also on the drum bus here. So let's just go to the drum bus and check that out. So you can see I'm using the Landr FX Beats for this, and that's what I've used on each of the drums as well, because if you go in here, right now this is on the drum kit section, but if we click over, you can see we have kicks, which is what I used on the kick. And then we have snares, we have cymbals, EQ, and then effects at the end there. So let's check out our drum bus right now. So it just kind of gives it a little more punch and a little bit of grit in there, which is great for a rock song. Now let's just listen to it in the mix, on and off.
Built in 57, bottom 78. A Plymouth Fury in bad shape. Her name's Christine Special.
So you can hear it kind of livens our drums up and helps them to stand out in the mix a bit. Now, I did want it to kind of stand out a little more, so I added this S-Quick strip, which also comes with Landr Studio. So let's just listen to what this adds to it.
Built in 57, bottom 78. A Plymouth Fury in bad shape. Her name's Christine, special loaded in red.
Just adds a little something extra to help it stand out a little more in the mix, but not really take over the mix. So you don't need it on there. I just thought I would show you what that sounds like on there if we wanted. Now let's move on to our lead vocal. And this one's kind of neat because you can see I have the Landr FX voice 3 times on here. So I'm going to disable 2 of these. And we'll just start with the first one. You can see I have it set to the EQ, which is cleaned up EQ. Let's give this a listen.
She's one of a kind. She's the jealous kind. Don't take her off or she'll hunt you down. Touch her around and you'll never be found.
All right, let's listen to it in the mix.
She's one of a kind. She's the jealous kind. Don't take her off or she'll hunt you down.
Stands out in the mix, has a nice little bit of an effect on there, but it does clean it up like it suggests. So now let's add the second thing on here, which again is another EQ, because I wanted it to have a little more sparkle to it, just a little more high end. And this is what that adds.
She's one of a kind. She's the jealous kind. Don't take her off or she'll hunt you down. Touch her around and you'll never be found.
Just adds a little bit of extra highs in there to help it poke through the mix. And now finally on here, we have our compression, and I set it to smooth compression and dialed that in. So let's listen to that.
She's one of a kind. She's the jealous kind. Don't take her off or she'll hunt you down. Touch her around and you'll...
Just a nice smooth compression like the preset suggests. And let's just see what else we have in here for vocals. We have saturation in there. We have some effects like old radio effect, megaphone, things like that. And then you have some overall vocal chains in here. Shiny Vox, Intimate Vox, Rap God, R&B lead, thick, and a whole bunch more in there. This is a great plugin, the Landr FX voice. So that is our lead vocals. I also have a secondary vocal for the chorus part, just to thicken up the chorus. And I have that for a saturation. We'll just listen to that.
She's one of a kind. She's the jealous kind. Don't tick her off or she'll hunt you down. Touch her around and you'll never be found.
That's pretty cool right there. And then down here, I have the backing vocal. Again, there's 2 backing vocals, nothing on the actual vocal tracks, just on this bus. And we'll listen to that. Kind of boring on its own, so let's listen to it in the mix now.
She's one of a kind. She's the jealous kind. Don't take her off or she'll hunt you down. Touch her on the end.
It helps that backing vocal to stand out a little bit and not get too muddy in the mix. And then down here I have a reverb send, which I'm sending the lead vocals to. So let's just solo the lead vocals with that. And again, I have 2 instances of Landr FX voice on here. They're both set to 100% blend. First, I have it on a delay preset. So let's just listen to that on its own. Here's the delay.
She's one of a kind. She's the jealous kind.
Just a cool old school style of effect. And now the next one is a reverb, and it's a room reverb. So let's hear that on and off.
She's one of a kind. She's the jealous kind. Don't take her off or she'll hunt you down. Touch her, honey, and you'll never be found.
Now let's listen to it in the mix.
Built in 57, bought in 78. A Plymouth Fury in bad shape.
Just kind of helps to blend that vocal into the mix, having the reverb and the delay on there. So can you mix an entire track using these 5 Landr FX Suite plugins? Well, you can, but you probably want to add some other plugins in there, like EQ for sure, maybe some other compression in there, and maybe some saturation effects or whatever you want for helping to blend things in. But you can definitely get away with just using those 5 plugins. And really all you do is you click on a preset, dial in the amount. It's that easy. Landr Studio does come with quite a few other plugins, so you will have many other options to choose from. Now, if you want to check out more info on Landr Studio, click the video on the screen. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. For Audio Tech TV, I'm Zane. Keep creating. Fist bump. Thumbs up.